Kim Keefe with Kim Keefe's team Open Doors here for another round of Kim's Corner. And I'm here with Jason Ryan Lovett. And you guessed it, where are we?
Woodstock Opera House.
Woohoo! Well, most people may not know. I mean, they may not have been in the newly remodeled.
Absolutely, our newly renovated Opera House. So we just did a multi-million-dollar renovation thanks to the Build Back America grant from the federal government, which helped us renovate this space, including this awesome bar that we had done by Phoenix Woodwork, which is a local artistry company.
Yes.
So that was pretty cool. We put in all brand new lights, sound, and stage, and brand new dressing rooms. We built a third floor on the back where we put ADA compliant dressing rooms up on the stage level. We have a sprung dance floor stage upstairs, which is pretty cool. All LED lights, so it's really amazing. We not too long before that renovation, we put in through a generous donation by the Woodstock Fine Arts Association and Friends of the Opera House a 4K video wall. So this place is like state-of-the-art theater. It's one of the highest-end theaters in this area, you know, comparable with Chicago, Los Angeles, New York City. You know what I mean? So it's really, really cool, the stuff that we've done here.
And we have the best resource right here for all of what's happened and what's happening, I bet, at Woodstock Opera House.
Yeah.
Tell us again your title and what does that mean?
I am the artistic operations manager here, and so what that means is that I work as a direct liaison with all of the artists and the resident companies that work here. We've got theater companies and dance companies and artistry organizations like Theater 121, Judith Salander's Dance School of Dance. We've got the Woodstock Fine Arts Association, which does the longest speaker series from a non-university a venue in the country. We have off-square music, all kinds of things. The Woodstock Community Choir that works with us. But then on top of that, I work with all the different one-off artists that come here. Like we've got Lou Berger coming up in May that's really exciting. We had Jeff Daniels here, Academy Award winner Mira Sorvino. You know, all types of wonderful people that I get to work with. I get the pleasure of interacting with, taking care of their experience, and making sure that the crown jewel of the Woodstock Square is the place that they got to stop at.
I feel like I'm gonna touch you because I feel like it's like a brush with fame.
Oh, come on
right
now!
There.
Well, you know, it's like I'm 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon to all the cool people. So you know, it's so nice. Yeah.
And in fact, the other thing you did was you made me just a little exhausted.
I'm sorry. Well, that's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know, it's really cool here. It's like you know, there's no real off season here at the Opera House. We're always doing something really cool. We've got theater and we've got dance and spoken word and music and summer programs out in the square and movies in the park. And there's you know, there's midweek movie matinees that are going on. So it's a lot of stuff. You know.
Well, you caught me, you know, snooping.
Are you staring
snooping behind the bar?
It's pretty exciting what we got. These beer taps are really great. We put in a refrigerated system with the beer lines that go into the basement, which is really great. We've got some local breweries that come through here. Yeah, we've got our branded cups that we do, so you can get those and you can get a beverage. And when you buy one of these cool cups, you can actually bring the cup back and get a discount on your beverage when you come back the next time. So yeah.
Okay, so this is pretty groundbreaking.
Yeah.
I think. How many you know, historic buildings and theaters, in that matter, can you go to the bar and then take it back to your seat?
I know. And not only can you take it back to your seat, but we also are instituting a thing we've slowly been rolling it out called mobile ordering, where you can actually order from your seat on your phone down to the bar. The bar that's behind us over in the hallway over here is actually our mobile order station, and so you can buy the drinks, and then at intermission you can skip the lines, and boom, you can just get the beverage right for yourself.
Things I wish I had last year.
Yeah, yeah, it's cool. Exactly right. So little by little, we're rolling out all kinds of you know, quality of life upgrades for our, you know, all of our patrons that come to the Opera House to just make this a one-of-a-kind experience that you can't get anywhere else.
I love it. I think what I'd love to do next is to head out to the stage. Can we go there?
Yeah, we can go and check out the stage.
Okay. So, fun fact, Jason, this isn't my first time on stage.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
That's pretty cool. When were you on stage last?
Well, I think it was only one time, but I was in Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, that's amazing.
Local version, right?
Okay, that's cool. Still
And
cool.
so my partner and I, we took second place. It was very respectable.
That's very, look, a silver is almost a gold. You know what I mean? So,
right. It was like one big donation away from.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Absolutely. Well, that's cool. That's pretty exciting.
So it was fun. I have very fond memories of being up here and
wonderful
seeing all the people.
It's pretty exciting. I really love this stage a lot. I performed on the stage numerous times when I was growing up as a teenager. I'm originally from McHenry, so I got to do a bunch of different shows on the stage. I got to play Sky Masterson in Guys and Dolls. I was in Damn Yankees and Christmas Carol a couple of times, and so that was very nice. I got to perform with the company that used to be the community theater company here, one of them, Woodstock Musical Theater Company. They and Town Square Players eventually merged into the current resident theater company that we have, Theater 121. So I got to do that to get my start here before I moved on to do theater and film and television and stuff in Los Angeles. So it's fun to get to perform on this stage. It was cool getting to come back here when we were doing the renovation, so I got to be here before the renovation started. So the stage that we have now, if you give yourself a little bit of a bounce, you can feel that there's some spring to it. The floor is actually a sprung dance floor now, which it didn't used to be. Before, it used to just be plywood on top of plywood on top of plywood. But that plywood is pretty cool that we took chunks of that old wood and chopped it up and branded it so people could take it home and enjoy it, because Orson Welles and Paul Newman performed on this stage. Orson Welles was here when he was a teenager before he went to New York City and did War of the Worlds and Julius Caesar on Broadway. He played Claudius in Hamlet, which one day I would like to do on this stage myself. So,
That's a great idea.
Right?
Or goal.
Or goal.
Whichever.
Or whichever. Both.
Whichever comes first.
Yeah, whichever.
Well, good. I was worried we wouldn't have any history to talk about here, but Jason seems, full of it.
A little bit, you know what I mean? This building's been here since the late 1800s. 1895 was when it was built. It's been a performance space, and the building originally was City Hall and the fire department and the library, as well as the Opera House. And then little by little, as Woodstock expanded over the years, all of those buildings got their own locations throughout the city, and then the building itself just became the Opera House. Then it kind of fell into disrepair for a period of time, and in the 70s sort of saw a resurgence, and then got rebuilt and redesigned and taken care of, and has become, little by little, the space that we have now. Woodstock Musical Theater Company moved in here. The Town Square Players, like I said, moved in here. There was all different types of performances that were going on here. And then, like I said before, we got a grant to renovate the space. And so now we have all energy efficient LED lighting. We have an ETC Ion lighting console. We have brand new state-of-the-art sound system. We have a video projection system. We have a cool computer system that we use for the video work that utilizes a program called QLab that allows us to control video and music functionality. So that way, the 4K video wall that's behind this curtain right over here is really cool. It's 4K at 16 feet, so by the time you get to the audience perspective, it's crisp and precise, and it's great. It gets used in all different types of theater productions and music shows and things like that, and so it's really exciting, the kind of stuff that we have now.
Really exciting.
Yeah. If Orson could see the technology that we have, he'd be over the moon.
He would come back.
He would. Yeah, absolutely.
So you have me thinking. My mind is swirling with ideas because it's kind of fun being up here. I'm not gonna lie. You give me a microphone or a stage or both.
And you got both right now. So
here. Yeah. So, what other events, like if I'm thinking I'd like to have a client event or a customer event?
Absolutely. There's all kinds of things that the Opera House gets used for. The stage itself gets used and rented for productions, concerts, speaking engagements, things like that. We've had individuals get married on this stage before. We've had bridal receptions, wedding showers. celebrations of life downstairs in the community room, the VIP space. We have a stage left that is part of this building. It's not part of the historic Opera House, but it's in the building that's directly connected to the Opera House, and it's a smaller, more kind of cabaret style venue, and that's actually going to go through another renovation itself. It's getting renovated with a grant that we received that starts in May, and we're hoping that project will be finished, by the end of the summer into the fall and everything. You can have business meetings here, paint and sip events. The rec center comes here and does puzzles and pour events here. We do, the Witches and Wizards events. That's part of what the library performs here on the square, and we're part of that, situation. So there's all different rental opportunities here. We also have in the VIP space downstairs, we do an art gallery exhibit every month, so you can submit your art and be part of the art gallery exhibitions that we do every month. So all types of opportunities to be part of the Opera House family.
So what I'm hearing is if you can dream it,
you can be it. Yeah, absolutely.
You can do it right here.
Absolutely.
All right, awesome. So I also know there's been quite a bit of improvements to backstage.
Absolutely.
And
you want to see the dressing rooms?
Yes.
All right, let's go check out the new dressing rooms.
Okay.
Come on in.
The dressing room.
The dressing rooms.
Shouldn't there be a star on the door?
There should be a star on all 4 of the doors.
Yes.
This is one of the 2 large chorus dressing rooms. And then we also have 2 smaller, more intimate, what we call the star dressing rooms. And those dressing rooms have showers in them, while these just have bathrooms.
There's a bathroom. That's exciting.
Which is pretty exciting. So it's really lovely. They also all have televisions with the audio system that has a 0 latency video feed from the stage. So you can watch the show and never be late for another cue again.
Yes!
Or at least you have no excuse why you're late for a cue.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool. And these dressing rooms are on the same level that the stage is on now, which is great. So it makes the dressing rooms themselves ADA compliant, which is really great. And also gives accessibility to the actors to be right where the action is. Because before the Opera House, if anybody had ever been backstage before, you would know that you had to take the stairs down to the 2nd floor, and the dressing rooms were down there. So if you had to do like a cross between the one side of the stage to the other, you'd have to go run down the stairs, run down the hallway, run back up the stairs, and then back onto the stage. Where now there's just a crossover, and it's really cool because the crossover wall is the exterior wall of the building, because this 3rd floor used to just be nothing. Right. The building just used to be 2 floors. So,
love it. Yeah. How exciting. This is great area.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Very spacious. Lots of electricity.
Yes,
lots of areas to sit. So the sofa was Jeff Daniels' favorite when he came to visit us.
Nice.
So so it's a nice space.
Okay, you had it cleaned after.
We had it very much.
Okay, all right.
So, yeah, absolutely. He was a clean guy. But,
okay, good. So. Well, so when you were an actor in LA, did you have any digs like this?
Every once in a while, I got to perform in a cool venue like this. That had a really beautiful space. I worked with a company called the Actors Gang out there in Culver City. Which was a wonderful theater company, and we had a really beautiful space. But most digs were a lot, we'll say, shabbier than this.
Okay,
so to
that's
be
a good
nice,
word.
I've definitely changed my clothes in a couple of alleyways in North Hollywood before, because the theater just goes out into the back.
You gotta do.
That's where you gotta do where you gotta do.
You gotta do it.
So
I'm proud of you.
But this is thank you very much. But I would have killed for digs like these back when I was in LA or traveling the world. So
when you know you've made it now.
Absolutely.
Okay. All you have to do is be invited to the Woodstock Opera House.
100%.
There you go. Jason, you took me to another stage.
I did. This is our alternate stage. This is stage left, like I was telling you about.
Okay.
So this is our smaller venue. This is a great space for rentals and everything. It's a great space if you want to try out an act. You know what I mean? We've got a small 12 by 12 stage right now in the window, and we're actually going to be doing renovations on this entire room starting in May, where we're going to reverse the room and put the stage back where the bar currently is.
What?
Which is going to be crazy, I know, right? So, and it's pretty cool for good, because the stage is actually going to be a sunken stage, so it recesses into the floor, and it can be jacked up to different heights to create different levels and everything. It's really exciting. And we're going to have all new seating in here, and it's going to be just a really wonderful environment.
All right, now whose idea was that?
Well, I think that was the city's idea. Somebody at the city. Okay. I don't want to try to take credit or give it out. I'm not quite sure.
Okay,
but I do know that we were awarded a large grant that we're using to do that renovation, which is very exciting. And so then the space will be amenable for performances, as well as what we use it for now, which is like bridal showers and celebrations of life, and we use it for business meetings in here. We use it for teaching opportunities, classroom stuff. The Metras come in here and done exhibitions and things like that, and so it can be used and really transformed into all kinds of different things, which is really exciting.
I love it. Well, it's a spectacular place. It's very intimate in here.
Which is the beauty of it.
Right? And it's been well used over the years, I know, certainly. And it's funny to think that it looks still brand new to me on the surface. So to say renovation and a major one at that. So where does the bar go? That's my burning question.
The bar, actually, is going to be really exciting. We're going to break through the wall that connects us to the Opera House. Okay. And the bar is going to be in the Opera House, but there'll be a service window that you can access here in stage left. So that's going to be pretty cool.
Okay. So it'll take up less space.
Absolutely.
Right. And you already had that bar built in.
We did have that bar. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the mobile bar that we were talking about earlier. And then what is great is that it'll turn the space that's in the back right now behind the stage, which is used for coolers and sinks and things like that, that'll transform into a green room so that artists that come in here will actually have a space to go, which they don't have right now. Okay. When we have jazz nights or open mic comes in here for Off Square, which is one of our resident companies, they really don't have anywhere to put their instruments or put their artists or hang out, you know what I mean? Where like we have a green room space upstairs, which is really nice for the artists to relax and have a drink and, unwind and prep before they go on. And that's an important part of an artist's journey, is to make sure that they find themselves in a de-stressed position before they get to do their performance.
Right. You do not want to see me, not warmed up.
Absolutely.
My voice. Oh, my gosh. Sing without warm. Oh.
And you got to have a space to do it in. And now they're going to have that, which is going to be really cool.
So will that be soundproof?
It's not going to be soundproof necessarily, so there's, you're not going to have some Pavarotti level warming up in there. But, you know what I mean? If you do, you're definitely going to hear it in the space, but that's going to be okay. Maybe that's part of the experience.
If you have that, maybe this isn't your...
Yeah, exactly. I don't think it's just the venue for you to begin with, you know what I mean? But it's going to be pretty cool. We're really excited about all of the things that are going to change in this room.
That's exciting. And I just love, the aesthetic with the brick walls and it feels like a theater. It feels cozy.
It's cozy. It's got an almost industrial type of vibe to it, but it's got a rustic aesthetic, which I really love.
I love it. Well, Jason, is there anything that you'd like to touch on that we didn't hit already? Because there is so much going on here. Obviously, you can hit the website, WoodstockOperaHouse.org.
WoodstockOperaHouse.com. That's okay. It gets confused all the time. WoodstockOperaHouse.com. Okay. You can go to the website, WoodstockOperaHouse.com. On the website, you can find out about any of the shows that we're doing there. You can also submit for rentals. So if you want to do a rental here in the space, there's a rentals page, so you can go on there and you can put in all your information. Sends it directly to hospitality, and they'll reach out and contact you and let you know what's going on. We have the technical specs of the space. So if you're looking to do a show, either in this venue or in the stage upstairs, you can learn all about what's going on up there and see if we meet the requirements of what you want to do. So there's lots of stuff on there.
Wonderful. And hopefully there's a link also to the Friends of the Opera House, which we is not tied to this, but tied to this.
Yeah, they're an organization that helps support the Opera House, takes excellent care of us, and and has donated a lot to the foundation and to the operation of the Opera House. And we wouldn't be where we are without our friends over at Friends of the Opera House.
Well, I'm a proud friend of the Opera House.
Well, thank you very much for being a friend of the Opera House. I want to thank you on behalf of all of us here at the OH. So.
It's my pleasure, and it's my pleasure to also remind folks that any small gift makes a huge difference in the operation, in the restoration, in the acts, in the seats that you sit in just the whole experience. So please consider becoming a friend. There's also a unique perk to that, which is you can volunteer time and become an usher. And you can usher and actually watch some of the performances.
Absolutely. Oh, that's one of my favorite things. The ushers here are really like a key ingredient to our shows. They are volunteers from the community that come and participate here at the Opera House. They help the audience have the amazing experience that they do. They answer questions. They help you get to your seats. You know what I mean? We just got them these amazing red vests, so you immediately recognize them when you come in now and know that those are, in fact, staff of the Opera House for the performance. They don't work for the Opera House per se, but they work with us as a volunteer part of the organization, and it's really lovely. We wouldn't be able to do the things that we do our shows without them. So, it's a great way to get to see theater here at the Opera House, to be part of the Opera House family. So if you want to learn about ushering, you can also find that on the website, too.
All the great things we have here.
Things.
Awesome. Jason, this has been an absolute pleasure. I think we might need a repeat performance, perhaps once this is renovated.
It would be my pleasure to take you around and show you the space once we get her all dialed up and ready for opening night.
I love it. And with that, I'm Kim Keefe.
And I'm Jason Ryan Lovett.
And we love where we live.